The official confirmation of the motive came swiftly. The very next day, the Nice Public Prosecutor's Office issued a statement, leaving little room for doubt. The prosecutor declared that the shooting was vraisemblablement lié au trafic de drogue, very likely linked to drug trafficking. This announcement solidified the initial theories that this was a targeted attack aimed at rivals in the lucrative narcotics trade. However, the prosecutor's statement also contained a crucial and heartbreaking clarification. Several of the victims, including at least one of the deceased, had no known connections to the criminal underworld. They were, in the most tragic sense of the term, collateral damage. Stray bullets, fired with reckless abandon, had claimed the lives of innocent people who were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, their fates sealed by a conflict they had no part in. In the immediate aftermath, the law enforcement response was massive and highly visible, designed to restore a semblance of order and reassure a terrified public. By Saturday morning, the day after the shooting, a contingent of 60 riot police officers, the CRS, Compagnies Républicaines de Sécurité, was deployed to the Les Moulins district. Their heavy presence transformed the neighborhood into a fortified zone, with officers patrolling the streets and securing the crime scene. The mayor of Nice, Christian Estrosi, a prominent political figure known for his hardline stance on security, immediately contacted the Minister of the Interior, Bruno Retailleau, demanding permanent reinforcements. In a public statement laden with outrage, Estrosi described the event as a scene of terror and of war, framing the violence not as mere crime but as something far more sinister. The legal and investigative machinery was set in motion with considerable force. A formal investigation was opened by the judiciary, with charges including homicides volontaires et tentatives en bande organisée, intentional homicides, and attempted homicides as part of an organized gang. Recognizing the interregional nature of the crime, with the car stolen in Marseille and the attack in Nice, the case was co-assigned. It brought together the judicial police from both the Alpes-Maritimes and the Bouches-du-Rhône departments. Crucially, the entire investigation was placed under the authority of the JR's Juridiction Interrégionale Spécialisée of Marseille, a specialized jurisdiction designed to handle complex cases of organized crime and narco-trafficking that span across multiple regions, highlighting the perceived scale and seriousness of the criminal network involved. Despite the swift and robust response from authorities, the initial phase of the investigation was fraught with challenges. The primary suspects, the 4 men who had carried out the shooting, had vanished without a trace. Their calculated escape plan, culminating in the destruction of the getaway car, had bought them precious time and left investigators with few immediate leads. The police were faced with the difficult task of piecing together the events from terrified witnesses, many of whom were reluctant to speak for fear of reprisal from the powerful gangs that controlled the neighborhood. At this early stage, with the shooters at large and the community gripped by fear, the investigation seemed to be at a standstill. The path to justice appeared long and uncertain, hinging on a breakthrough that had yet to materialize.